GC News, Mima Olivia Aquawa. Adia, latest and hot news, Aqua, and Amade, Bremo. And it is a young subscriber, Bomodian say, over subscribe to the channel. Dobian say, over clicking a subscribe button. Now, barely notification. We answer video, yeah, they upload, when the first person I was a better ISR video. I feel we are now like you give us a thumbs up, nothing. Share my offer for so now when you be here now and someone Akoto. I will Ghana Bemuano. I feel your Bura and someone Abeto your council. A year NPP New Patriotic Party, a year one a year press conference, Emma, a year one general secretary, a year Justin Koduah, what the same Akufo. Now what you say, you can anyway NDC for now one demonstration, a share so across all the 16 regions here. I wanted to say enough is enough. A year discrepancies be illegal transfer near their course, so a year about to work at a buta register and no some NPP any other than one day had the moon a share so. Now when NPP for one year press conference, I want the other to say, this is mean not say the NDC for pen a year forensic audit or more Sakunya Masada and Basso anyone so be demonstration by a petition a year easy. Which means as we are enjoying pet and the public can as I say, I don't want peace. I want problems always. So when you say moon problem be any baby, I then a more macquarie may yes for security. A more see Kete says a moon easy me. That's what macquarie now says forensic audit in the Basudia and almost by demonstration power. Editia a year easy. Now, no raised the info should be any baby. Any for pinpointed out, you be also registered ma easy cry, funny baby Kwamajatu. I wanted to say when I saw operations in
hot news
all time. Before Maria Tasso Kete, our 1% had been ever basso. Never say, you do a hot 1% than a fool do. No, my young, if you are about to him, crater, will not be now fine, no beyond 10 horse and to about what begin what you need simple as ABC. Na the movie maintain ho ase at the same degree and ebeba. Na you could see a year Justin Koduah report here TV3 for this as we to ya awon total na no a can send bi. Any could see in some a year general secretary ma year NPP Justin Koduah. It is some what they etubia.
The New Patriotic Party has announced plans to stage a demonstration against the Electoral Commission if it yields to the National Democratic Congress's request for a forensic audit of the Provisional Voters Register. The General Secretary of the NPP, Justin Frimpong, criticized the NDC's demand, calling it ethical. He argued that the NDC lacks substantial evidence to justify a forensic audit. My colleague Stanley Niblewo reports.
The National Democratic Congress, NDC, staged a nationwide demonstration on September 17, calling for a forensic audit of the Provisional Voters Register for the 2024 general elections. The party alleges irregularities and unauthorized manipulation of the voter album, particularly in the Pusiga district of the Upper East region. The NDC has given the Electoral Commission 1 week ultimatum to act, but the governing New Patriotic Party, NPP, has countered their demands.
As it exists now, by creation of God, people are born every day and people die every day. So even if you clean the register today, on December 7th, there'll still be dead people in the voter register. You cannot stand on that basis and make the accusation that dead people in the register. This is issue that we need to think to and put it to the NDC that they have no case in it.
General Secretary of the NPP, Justin Frimpong Koduah, questioned the NDC's refusal to provide evidence of discrepancies to the EC, instead opting for demonstrations. He warned that if the EC used the NDC's pressure, NPP supporters will also protest against the EC.
The NPP will also hit the streets to demonstrate against the Electoral Commission. Then it will also mean that the Electoral Commission is not consistent. Because in 2015, it's the same Electoral Commission that told us that they have the body, they have the capacity to make sure that internally they resolve issues. So we will ask them what has changed.
In 2015, the NPP-affiliated Let My Vote Count Alliance also protested to make similar demands. However, the then General Secretary of the party, Johnson Esiedun Ketia, who is now the chairman of the NDC, did not mince words after a committee was set up to assess the alliance's petition to the EC.
Mr. Chairman, you have
a lot of commendation of NPP about the credibility of electoral commission, their ability to conduct credible elections. Mr. Prempeh said in Parliament that electoral commission, having conducted elections, 3 successful general elections over a 13-year period, have proven to be one of the best electoral commissions on the African continent. My question is, if 13 years was enough and 3 elections was enough to prove that electoral commission was competent and credible and one of the best, what do you say about 22 years and the successful holding of more than 6 elections in the country?
Justin Frimpong Koduah urged civil society organizations to ensure that political parties don't overstep their boundaries to interfere in the Electoral Commission's constitutionally mandated role.
Yes, in opposition, we also attacked the Electoral Commission. We also made some comments about the Electoral Commission. But I also believe that as a nation, and at this point, we call also on the media and civil society to put all political parties on check. Because at the end of the day, as politicians, we want to win elections. And it could be your strategy that, okay, let me try to put the Electoral Commission on the spotlight. Let me put the Electoral Commission to do certain things in our way. But it bestows one on the Electoral Commission as independent body to remain firm.
Next week, the NPP will also petition the Electoral Commission regarding some discrepancies in the register.
NPP has also detected some errors in the register. Some including dead people in the register, and some people whose name has been transferred, or some people who wanted to do transfers but has not been effected. All these things are what we are planning to send to the Electoral Commission next week, based on what we have detected. And we expect the Electoral Commission to use their internal mechanism to address all those issues.
So let's probe this matter further and speak to the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Justin Frimpong Koduah. Thank you very much, sir, for your time. And we're delighted to have your News 360. So it's become evident, as you yourself have mentioned, that both of you, the NPP and the NDC, have flip-flopped on matters of the Electoral Commission, depending on who's in power and whose interest has been served. Now, what is wrong, first of all, with the National Democratic Congress requesting for an audit into the voters' register?
Good evening, Pakwesi, and good evening to your viewers also. Pakwesi, I want to start by making this point, that what the NDC is doing, particularly with respect to making allegations of discrepancies in the voter register, is no news. It's something that we, even NPP in opposition, made the same point somewhere in 2015. So at my press conference, I even admitted that we are not against the NDC making a petition to the Electoral Commission based on certain errors or discrepancies as they are alleged to be in the voter register. It's far from that. Our position is that in 2015, when NPP raised several issues, some of which have been captured by the NDC, and the matter was brought for a panel that was set by the Electoral Commission, chaired by VCRAC CRAP. Our position was that, based on the overwhelming evidence that were adduced in the election petition in 2012,
you are watching Juicy
whereby
News on
NPP
YouTube.
established
Hot
that
news
there
all
were
time.
duplication of polling stations' names, the duplication of polling station serial numbers, the unidentified polling stations, and also based on the fact that there were several dead people in the voter register, there was a need for the Electoral Commission to set up an independent forensic audit of the voter register in order for us to have a credible election for the 2016. In the words of the panel, chaired by VCRAC CRAP, they made the point emphatically that the Electoral Commission is the sole body clothed with the constitutional and legal powers to make determination as to how the voter register will be clean or should be clean. And this position was corroborated by Mr. Secrét, who was then the General Secretary of the NDC, that they feel that the Electoral Commission, through exhibition of voter register, will be able to address all the issues that the NPP has raised. To the extent that he even further made the point that on issue of dead people in the register, we need to treat it cautiously. And anyone who alleges that there are dead people in the register should provide compelling evidence before the Electoral Commission will act on it. And that if we do not adduce evidence and people will just come and make or mention names that this person has died, well, then it becomes easier. And he himself even said, then I can just come and say that the then General Secretary of the NPP, Kwabena Agyapong, has died, and the person's name will be...
But Justin, nevertheless, something was done about your complaints in 2016. Beyond dead people on the register, if you've heard the National Democratic Congress, they've talked about names being deleted from the register. They've talked about thousands of people being transferred to areas without their knowledge. And I'm sure this has come to your attention. Are these not legitimate concerns enough?
If you wait for me to learn, you understand that the point
because we don't have much time. That's why I have to interject.
No, but at the end of the day, I made the point that all these points that they raised, go back and check 2015. The petition that we sent to the panel. All these things, even said even more than that. But my principle and convention is that, in the words of the then panel and the then General Secretary, Mr. Secrét, he said, by tradition and convention, Electoral Commission has the means of addressing concerns, has the means of handling all errors and discrepancies. But
Justin, you and I know that Esiedun Ketia is not the final say when it comes to election matters in this country. You know that for a fact, unless you want to pay him back.
Well, the issue, unless you want to take a different position. Because if the point I'm making, any person listening to me will bear in mind and understand that we are talking about principle and consistency in the work of the Electoral Commission. CI 91, as amended by CI 127, make provisions to address all these issues that the NDC has raised. So in 2015, when the NPP petition was thrown away, it was agreed that going forward, issues concerning discrepancies, irregularities, whatever issue that will emanate in the process of voter registration, voter transfers, will be addressed by the Electoral Commission.
Justin, I'm afraid we've got to conclude this interview. My final question to you is, what is the NPP afraid of? If you have nothing to hide,
my brother,
if you have nothing to hide,
is not afraid of anything.
So why don't you just allow the process?
Opposition. But the question I'm telling you is a matter of principle. It's about consistency. So if in 2015 you are making the point that the Electoral Commission has an internal mechanism to address issues concerning discrepancy, what has changed now? So why now you want to set a precedent by saying that?
So briefly in 30 seconds, Justin, you're saying that you're not going to allow the Electoral Commission to have the audit, and you will demonstrate against it.
The consistency.
So you're going to go ahead and demonstrate, right?
Come again?
You would go ahead and demonstrate.
Certainly, because there should be consistency in the Electoral Commission.
Right.
The Electoral Commission is making the point that...
Right. Thank you very much, Justin. Koduah Frimpong, General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. Dr. Asa Asante is a senior political science lecturer at the University of Ghana. Thank you, sir, for your time. You heard the NPP General Secretary. They are threatening to protest should the Electoral Commission heed to the request or the call for the forensic audit of the voters' register. What do you say to that?
Are they calling for a forensic audit?
They are saying that if the Electoral Commission should heed to the request of the NDC, they will go on the streets and demonstrate.
Thank you, Pa. I am struggling to understand the position of the NPP. Yes, they gave a register to you for all of you to go through and see whether there are discrepancies. You went through, you couldn't find anything. Somebody has gone through, he found something. The commission in the first place said, no, it's not true. It went and provided what evidence? They said, yeah, now it's true. Then the people are demanding other things to be done. And you are saying that if Electoral Commission, you give in, I will also demonstrate. I'm struggling to understand that. All right. Is it a case that because you did not find anything wrong with the voter register, everybody must also remain safe? I'm struggling to understand that logic. It defies it clouds my thinking because I don't see. And in any case, if NPP want to demonstrate, the Constitution gives them the right to also demonstrate. Anytime they want to. But to tie your demonstration to the fact that if the Electoral Commission gives in, you also jump to the streets, it's a bit odd, and I don't understand. I'm struggling very hard to understand it. If anything, I think NDP should mind their own business if they want to demonstrate, because Electoral Commission will take another position which was contrary to what
watching
they
Juicy
believe.
News on YouTube.
That is respected.
Hot news all time.
But to say that if Electoral Commission should give in, then you also hate the streets. It's a bit too much for me to, wrap my mind around it.
All right, I'm afraid we've got to leave it here. Thank you very much. Dr. Asasante is a lecturer in the University of Ghana. Thank you, sir, for your time.
Meanwhile, former Minority Leader Haruna Idrisu has reiterated the NDC's call for an independent forensic audit of the voter register. The largest opposition party poured onto the streets to pressure the EC to subject the 2024 voter register to an audit after persuasion failed. In a soon-to-be-aired interview on hot issues with Kemini Amano, the Tamale South MP challenged the Electoral Commission to allow the audit if they have nothing to hide.
My own constituency, the Tamale South constituency, we have had some mystery of illegal voter transfer to Pusiga constituency. How did that happen? Who supervised it? Who authorized it? In liquid who? With officials of the Electoral Commission.
The EC has admitted to that one.
It is not enough to admit. I hope that you are watching CNN today. Just go to the US, either in Alaska or in Arizona today. There's correction of about 100,000 votes on an electoral roll in America. So what is this holier than thou feeling or persona that the chairperson of the Electoral Commission seem to be manifesting or want to manifest? My strongest view, an Electoral Commission is only relevant to the extent that it serves the Ghanaian electorate and political parties well. You are irrelevant if you cannot serve the citizens well. Today, we all cherish our peace. We want to preserve our peace. We want to preserve the integrity of the election, safeguard our democracy. We are celebrating 30 years of it. We could have done better. We do not want acts or conduct, omissions or commissions that will soil the outcome of the December 7 presidential and parliamentary elections, that can spell doom for the peace and tranquility of the Ghana we love and the Ghana we so cherish. So don't take these things lightly and just say that the NDC is not the NDC. It's civil society, the National Democratic Congress, observers of the political landscape are simply saying that the electoral register is muggy. Correct it.
You will take away and someone about the NPP for one say EC, a penny NDC for per year for security, no more Kunyana Sadene Baswa, anyone to buy a demonstration a petition EC. Now, what you say a year as soon as you enjoy woman, NPP for one MP. So when you say Monia EC register from Fubu anymore, I think no more Aremeyaw Audit. Now will be who you cry a woman. Not be another final be answering was it. Hi, GCD, so we are subscriber. Yeah, Bawumia say we subscribe to the channel. The other answer we click subscribe button on the notification. After while like video, like the video, nothing share my offer for us. Now when you be here now, who and somewhere possible, I will Ghana memoir. Since I had it later than hot news and one day. Bremo. After also waiting at what you fire and some women at home. I will call paint boxing. Mobati in my next video.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.